Hi everyone, my name is Shane. Today you are going to learn how to speak Australian. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking Australian isn't a language, and you're right. But if you come to Australia and you listen to Australians speaking to each other, you may think that Australian is a language because we like to use a lot of interesting words. So in today's video, I am going to teach you the meaning of 25 words that Australians like to use. For example, avo, bicky, and postie. You will see 5 stories and you will learn 5 words from each story. So if you're ready to start speaking like an Australian, let's get started. You know what? Australia is a very interesting place. You can go down to the servo and see all types of people. You can see tradies, you can see posties, you can see doctors. Another thing you'll always see at the servo is bickies. People from Australia love eating bickies. Last week there was a story in the newspaper about tradies and posties trading bickies. Can you believe that? Okay, let's talk about the words. The speaker said Straya. Straya means Australia. The speaker also said you can go somewhere. He said you can go to a servo. A servo is a service station. A service station is a place where you can buy petrol for your car and snacks. What types of people can you see at a servo? You can see tradies and you can see posties. Now, a tradie is a tradesperson. A tradesperson is someone who works in the building industry. For example, someone like an electrician or a plumber. Now, a postie is a postman. A postman's job is to deliver mail. Now, another thing you may see at a servo is bickies. A bicky is a biscuit. A biscuit is a small, flat, round cake, like you can see right here. The only way to get to the footy is by taking a taxi. If you walk to the footy, you may meet a roo or two. Whenever you see a roo in Australia, they always have a cuppa. Maybe that's why they always have a lot of energy. The only problem with having a cabbie pick you up is they might not be able to find your house. That's okay though, because I am a muso. I normally just stand at the front of my house and play some music. Cabbies never miss that. Okay, let's talk about the 5 words. The speaker said the only way to get to the footy is by taking a taxi. Footy means football, the sport that you can see on the screen right now. The problem with walking to the footy is that you might meet a roo. Oh, just like that one there. Did you see that? Now, a roo is a kangaroo. A kangaroo. The speaker also said that roos normally have a cuppa. A cuppa is a cup of tea. Now, another problem was that a cabbie may not be able to find your house. A cabbie is a cab driver or a taxi driver. The speaker said he was a muso. A muso is a musician, someone who plays music for a job. Macca's is one of the best places to go if you need something quick to eat. It's funny though, because last week I went to Macca's in the Arvo and they tried to sell me an Avo. I said no to the Avo, but then they tried to sell me a Chocky. I was a bit confused because I didn't know Macca's sold Avos and Chockies. I actually went back to Macca's, Savo, and there was not an Avo or a Chocky to be seen. Maybe I was dreaming. Oh, sorry guys, I was having the weirdest dream. Okay, let's talk about the 5 words from that story. The first word was Macca's. Macca's means McDonald's. Now, when did the speaker go to Macca's? He went in the Arvo. avo means afternoon. What did they try to sell the speaker at Macca's? They tried to sell him an avo and a chocky. An avo is an avocado and a chocky is a chocolate. And when was the last time that the speaker went to Macca's? He went savo. Savo means this avo, and avo means afternoon. So the savo means this afternoon. Okay, time for a quick mini review. You have learned 15 new words today in English, so quickly have a look at the meanings again, and then we will look at the last two stories for today. The meanings will be on the screen for 5 seconds. I was using my lappy today and I saw the weirdest thing. There was a man inside a bottle-o asking to buy a chewy. The shop attendant was devo that the man didn't want to buy any alcohol, so he called the police. The police asked the man if he was drunk, and the man replied, defo. I'm defo drunk. Okay, let's talk about the 5 words. The first word was lappy. Lappy means laptop. Now, the man saw someone inside a bottle-o on his lappy. A bottle-o is short for bottle shop. A bottle shop is a liquor shop, a place where you can buy alcohol, wine, beer, and spirits. The man wanted to buy a chewy. A chewy is a piece of chewing gum. Now, the shop attendant felt devo about this. Devo means devastated. If you're devastated about something, it means you're really unhappy or really upset. And finally, the police were called and they asked the man if he was drunk. The man replied, defo. Defo means definitely. Definitely can sometimes be used to answer a question as yes. A garbo and an ambo are sitting down together eating lunch. The ambo has a toastie and the garbo has a pizza. The ambo says to the garbo, "You must use a lot of petty in your truck." The garbo replied, "Yeah, I do, but sometimes if I need a little bit more power, I give the truck a tinny." The ambo replied, "Oh, that's not very healthy for your truck." The garbo replied, "It's fine, the truck is used to it by now." The ambo replied, "Well, that explains why your truck looks pretty drunk." Okay, let's talk about the 5 words from that story. The first 2 words were garbo and ambo. A garbo is a garbage truck driver. An ambo is an ambulance driver. The ambo was eating a toastie. A toastie is a toasted sandwich. Now, the ambo said to the garbo, "Your truck must use a lot of petty." Petty means petrol, or in America they would say gas or gasoline. And the garbo said if his truck needs more power, he gives the truck a tinny. A tinny is a can of beer. We call it a tinny because cans of beer normally come in tin cans. Okay, you have learned 25 new words today. Quickly look at the meaning of all of these words again, and then I have a little challenge for you. The meanings will be up on the screen for 5 seconds. I hope you can see that after watching this lesson, Australians love to shorten words. So my challenge for you is to write a story in the comments using 5 of the words that you have learned today. I can't wait to read your story, and I will see you in the next video.